Imagine walking into 10 different companies operating in 10 completely different industries. One manufactures cars, another develops software, one runs hospitals, another manages retail stores, one operates a logistics network, while another provides financial services. At first, they seem to have nothing in common. But if you look closely, you'll notice something surprising. Behind the scenes, they're all making remarkably similar decisions. They're investing in productivity instead of simply hiring more people. They're simplifying operations instead of expanding complexity. They're becoming more disciplined with spending while preparing for constant change. This isn't a coincidence. It's the business trend that's hiding in plain sight, and it's quietly reshaping the way companies compete. Unlike flashy trends that dominate headlines for a few months, this one has developed gradually. There hasn't been one announcement or one breakthrough that started it. Instead, businesses have slowly realized that the environment around them has fundamentally changed. Technology evolves faster. Customer expectations continue rising. Competition has become global. Economic conditions can shift rapidly. These realities have encouraged companies to rethink how they build long-term success. One of the clearest signs of this trend is the growing focus on productivity. For many years, businesses often responded to increased demand by hiring more employees. Today, companies first ask a different question. Can we accomplish more with the team we already have? That question has transformed investment priorities. Instead of expanding payroll immediately, businesses are investing in better systems, improved workflows, automation, and artificial intelligence. The goal isn't simply reducing costs, it's helping employees spend more time creating value instead of completing repetitive work. Artificial intelligence has accelerated this shift. Across industries, businesses are using AI in practical ways. Customer service teams answer common questions faster. Finance departments automate reporting. Marketing teams analyze customer behavior. Operations managers improve scheduling and forecasting. Human resources teams simplify administrative tasks. Companies aren't succeeding because they're replacing people. They're succeeding because they're allowing people to focus on work that requires judgment, creativity, communication, and problem-solving. Another hidden trend is operational simplicity. As businesses grow, they naturally become more complicated. More meetings, more products, more software, more approval processes. Eventually, all that complexity begins slowing progress. Many successful organizations are reversing this pattern. They're reducing unnecessary steps, consolidating systems, clarifying responsibilities, removing duplicate work. By simplifying operations, businesses often become faster, more productive, and easier to manage. Customer experience is another area quietly driving this transformation. Consumers expect businesses to be responsive, reliable, and easy to work with. A frustrating customer experience can quickly send people to competitors. Businesses increasingly understand that making life easier for customers often creates a greater competitive advantage than constantly introducing new products. Simple ordering, clear communication, reliable delivery, fast support. These improvements may not generate dramatic headlines, but they build customer loyalty over time. Financial discipline has become another defining characteristic. Several years ago, rapid expansion often attracted the most attention. Today, companies are becoming much more selective about where they invest. Executives carefully evaluate whether projects improve long-term competitiveness. Technology upgrades, employee development, cybersecurity, customer experience Operational improvements. Businesses are concentrating resources on initiatives that strengthen the organization for years instead of chasing every short-term opportunity. Supply chains reveal another part of this trend. Recent disruptions reminded businesses that efficiency alone isn't enough. Companies are diversifying suppliers, strengthening inventory planning, and improving operational flexibility. The objective is no longer simply reducing costs. It's creating systems capable of performing consistently under changing conditions. Reliability has become just as valuable as efficiency. The workforce is evolving too. Businesses increasingly recognize that learning must become continuous. Technology changes too quickly for employees to rely only on existing skills. Organizations are investing in leadership development, digital literacy, data analysis, and AI training. Instead of treating employee development as an occasional activity, they're making it an ongoing priority. Companies know adaptable employees help create adaptable businesses. Leadership itself is changing. Modern executives are expected to manage far more than revenue growth. They oversee digital transformation, cybersecurity, workforce development, customer experience, financial performance, and technological innovation simultaneously. The strongest leaders encourage flexibility instead of rigid planning. They support experimentation, learn from results, and remain willing to adjust strategies whenever new information becomes available. Another important part of this hidden trend is how businesses approach innovation. Rather than trying to introduce one revolutionary breakthrough, many companies are improving continuously. They gather customer feedback earlier, release updates more frequently, measure performance carefully, and refine products over time. These steady improvements often create stronger competitive advantages than occasional dramatic changes. Data has become another quiet advantage. Every day, businesses collect information about customers, operations, inventory, sales, and financial performance. Companies that organize and analyze this information effectively gain valuable insights. They identify opportunities earlier, recognize changing customer behavior, improve forecasting, and make faster decisions. Better information leads to better execution. Perhaps the biggest reason this trend remains hidden is that none of these changes seem revolutionary by themselves. Improving productivity, simplifying operations, developing employees, strengthening customer relationships, managing finances carefully. Each decision appears relatively ordinary, but together they represent a completely different philosophy of running a business. Instead of assuming stability will eventually return, companies are building organizations capable of succeeding in an environment where change is constant. Looking ahead, this trend is unlikely to disappear. Artificial intelligence will continue improving. Automation will expand across more industries. Customer expectations will continue rising. Competition will remain global. Businesses will continue searching for ways to become faster, more efficient, and more adaptable. The organizations embracing this mindset today are creating advantages that may last for many years. The business trend that's hiding in plain sight isn't one technology, one management style, or one economic event. It's a shift in priorities. Companies are moving away from chasing growth at any cost and toward building stronger foundations. They're focusing on productivity instead of unnecessary expansion, resilience instead of short-term momentum, continuous improvement instead of occasional transformation. The businesses recognizing this shift aren't making the loudest moves, they're making the smartest ones. And while this trend may not dominate headlines every day, it is quietly influencing how the world's most successful companies prepare for the future. In the years ahead, many people will look back and realize this transformation didn't happen suddenly. It happened one practical decision at a time, hidden in plain sight, until it became impossible to ignore.